Hello again, basketball fans, and welcome to Rick's Rant on NBA.com. I'm Rick Kamla, and I'm back with yet another rant about our king, LeBron James. Let's rewind to Thursday on TNT, when the Celtics went into Miami and sent another message to the Heat, leading the entire game and beating them for the second time this season. Boston's big three was in full effect, especially Ray Allen with 35 points, and Rajon Rondo dished 16 assists, giving him 33 in 2 wins over Miami. As for the Heat's big three, LeBron fell 1 assist shy of his second straight triple-double. Pretty good. Chris Bosh had a pedestrian 15 and 7 in 36 minutes, and Dwayne Wade suffered through a 2 for 12 shooting night. Following the Heat's 4th loss in 9 games, LeBron told Yahoo Sports that he and Wade played too many minutes. Here's the full quote. Quote, "For myself, 44 minutes is too much. I think Coach Spo knows that. 40 minutes for D. Wade is too much. We have to have as much energy as we can to finish out games," end quote. First of all, you might want to let Wade speak for himself about any fatigue he may have experienced against the Celtics. Last I checked, the Heat's house is still Wade's house. And last I checked, Coach Spo was still in charge of Wade's team, raising the question, was LeBron out of line for publicly second-guessing his boss's rotation after their 9th game together? While that question lingers in the air, chew on the following fact. LeBron played 44 minutes against the Celtics. Exactly 4 more minutes, 4 little minutes, higher than his career average of 40.3 minutes per game. Coach Spo asked the reigning 2-time MVP, who always destroys the Celtics, to play 4 more minutes. And that was asking too much of the king, apparently. I can guarantee you that the Kobes, the KGs, the Pierces, and the Wades would never complain about playing 4 extra minutes following a showdown game in November. Yes, 44 minutes against the hard-hat Celtics is a lot to ask of any player, even the invincible LBJ. So his quote could be interpreted as equal parts excuse and valid complaint. But when you consider that LBJ finished the game by missing a layup, missing 2 free throws, and missing a corner three-pointer off the side of the backboard, it starts to feel like more of an excuse. Feeling the heat, LeBron felt compelled to clarify his remarks to ESPN.com, saying, and I quote, "It got blew up out of proportion, saying that I told Coach Spo that he's playing me too much and he's a bad coach. We never said that, LeBron. You kind of understand sometimes what Randy Moss was talking about when he said, I will not be answering any more questions. Because every time I say something, it gets turned out of character," end quote. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I didn't hear an apology in there. Also, if LeBron James is going to start aligning with NFL bad boy Randy Moss on a regular basis, that is not a good look for LBJ, the Heat, or our beloved NBA. And after reading that clarifying quote, it's pretty clear that LeBron regretted his decision show more than his quotes about playing time. As many of you know, I've had my issues with LeBron over the years. I did not like him dancing on the Chicago Bulls during their game last season. And by the way, neither did Joakim Noah, who's going to let him hear about it here in a minute. Remember from the free throw line? And I love Noah for this right here. Saying, man, that's garbage. Dancing it on us because you're blowing us out. Yeah, I'd like to meet up with you in the playoffs one time. Noah, I got you. Now, I didn't like LeBron blowing off the post-game presser after the playoff loss to Orlando either. That really disturbed me. And I did not like LeBron James saying at the end of last year that he could win the scoring title if he really wanted to. And you can add these me-first quotes to a list of mistakes that continues to grow right along with his list of accomplishments. In LeBron's defense, he can't play 44 minutes every night and still be a bad man in late June, if the Heat get that far. Coach Spo knows that. We all know that. But I didn't think, and I don't think, that 44 minutes is too much to ask in a grudge match, and neither does Coach Erik Spoelstra, who told ESPN.com, and I quote, He was supposed to come out early in the fourth quarter, but it was way too competitive. He didn't want to come out, and every time he looked at the bench, I looked away. Not the first time a coach has done that. Now listen, to me, LeBron and Wade logging long minutes is the least of Miami's problems. The biggest problem is the point guard committee of Carlos Arroyo, Eddie House, and Mario Chalmers. It's no coincidence that all 4 Miami losses have come against teams with elite point guards. Rondo and the Celtics twice, Chris Paul and the Hornets, also Darren Williams and the Jazz. And the matchup at the 1 was a total mismatch in all of those games, all of those point guards putting up high assist games. I've got 2 words for soon-to-be exec of the year, Pat Riley. Jarrett Jack. To me, Jack would be a tremendous fit in Miami because he plays hard, can play a little D, can knock down some threes, and he doesn't make a ton of money. Another issue for the Heat has been the slow start by Chris Bosh, who enters Week 4 averaging 14.5 points and 6 rebounds. Folks, Bosh has 2 one-rebound games, 1 double-double, and 1 20-plus point game through the first 10 games of his Miami Heat career. The decrease in scoring can be explained away by the fact that his shot attempts are down by 5.5 per game, and because he's shooting 48 from the field and 81 from the line, right at his career averages. The drop in scoring is not his fault, but it is very tough to fathom. In fact, impossible to fathom how his rebounds have dropped from 10.8 last year to 6 this year. The talk in the preseason was that his job was to rebound. He's not doing that job. Now, if Pat Riley can pull one more rabbit out of his hat with a new point guard, and if Chris Bosh returns to double-double form, then these spicy LeBron quotes will wash away with the smooth waves of a 60-win season. But if Miami continues to roll with non-defensive point guards, and if Bosh cannot rediscover the fire and hustle he played with on the 2008 Olympic team, then LeBron is going to have a lot more to complain about than his minutes. Thanks for the eyes on NBA.com. I'm Rick Kamla, and this rant is over. See you next week.